Semen retention, an ancient practice rooted in various spiritual and philosophical traditions, has gained renewed interest in modern times due to its purported physical, mental, and spiritual benefits. The concept revolves around the conscious preservation of semen, either through complete abstinence or controlled ejaculation, to harness its vital energy. Proponents argue that by retaining semen, men can experience heightened energy levels, improve focus, increase confidence, and deeper spiritual awareness. Semen retention is more than a discipline. It is a path to radiance, a condition in which a man walks into a room and his presence is felt without a word. It's the quiet thunder of self-control, the golden aura of withheld power, and the undeniable force of embodied masculinity. Radiating on semen retention means to shine not through effort, but through essence. In this masterpiece, we will explore how semen retention transforms a man from within, how it fuels his aura, and how it makes him a radiant light in a world that rewards distraction and depletion. To radiate means to emit energy, light, or influence from a center. In spiritual terms, it refers to an individual's capacity to project vibrancy, strength, and clarity into the world. When a man radiates, he does not chase, he attracts. He does not need to explain, his energy speaks. He does not fight for validation, he walks in assurance. Radiance is not arrogance. It is not domination through force. True radiance is calm, balanced, grounded. It comes from a place of overflowing inner energy, and that's where semen retention enters the picture. Because a male seed is a man's vital essence. Holding it in is like storing sunlight. Over time, that stored sunlight begins to glow outward, and everyone feels it, even if they don't know what they're sensing. Look around today. Many men are dull-eyed, slouched, and lifeless. Their shoulders sag under invisible burdens. Their voices lack depth. Their gaze avoids connection. Why? Because they've been trained to release their energy constantly, through excessive ejaculation, endless distraction, and shallow pleasure. Pornography and casual sex have drained generations of men of their natural power. This depletion doesn't just affect physical health. It dims the spirit. It makes men reactive instead of proactive, anxious instead of stable, and invisible instead of magnetic. Modern society does not teach men to protect their essence. Instead, it celebrates its loss as freedom. But what's the result of this so-called freedom? Depression, anxiety, addiction, lost direction, and weak willpower. These are the fruits of a man who no longer knows how to radiate, because his core energy has been scattered. Ancient traditions, including Chinese Taoism and Indian yogic science, have long known what modern science is just beginning to understand. Sexual energy is life energy. In yogic terms, semen is called ajas, the vital nectar that builds brilliance, immunity, and higher consciousness. The more ajas a man retains and transforms, the more radiant he becomes. His skin glows, his eyes shine, his voice gains gravity, and his thoughts become clear. In Taoism, sexual energy is called Jing. Jing is considered one of the three treasures of life, alongside Qi and Shen. Losing too much Jing weakens the organs, ages the body, and clouds the mind. Retaining it, on the other hand, gives rise to vitality and wisdom. Even Western studies now show that abstinence can raise testosterone levels, improve mood, and increase drive. These are not just hormonal effects. They are energetic. A man on retention walks with magnetic presence. His energy field expands, and others unconsciously pick up on it. The eyes are the windows to the soul. On semen retention, your eyes begin to radiate again. Why? Because you are no longer leaking your energy through constant ejaculation. That energy builds up and starts to express through your gaze. Women often report that they feel a man's energy through his eyes. A retained man has a penetrating, calm, and unflinching gaze. He doesn't blink nervously or look away in shame. He sees, and that act of seeing is a form of energetic transfer. On retention, your eye contact becomes warmer, deeper, and more stabilizing. Others feel safe in your presence. You begin to see through people, not in a judgmental way, but in a way that speaks truth without words. Semen retention births a new kind of confidence, not based on external success, status, or looks, but on energy integrity. When you know that your power is within you, when you are not depleted, you become steady. This confidence is silent. It doesn't need validation. You don't need to prove you're a man. You are one and others sense it. Ego is loud because it's insecure. True power is quiet. On retention, you don't have to dominate conversations or show off. Your stillness is more powerful than someone else's shouting. And that's how you radiate. Through your calm, your groundedness, your certainty. Your words carry weight because they come from a place of internal alignment, not empty bravado. When sexual energy is not wasted, it doesn't just sit inside you. It transforms. It becomes creative energy. The same energy used to make life becomes the energy to make art, business, poetry, music, or vision. A man on semen retention finds himself compelled to create. He starts building something, a brand, a business, a body, a legacy. Why? Because he has the energy to do it. He no longer dissipates his fire and pleasure. He channels it. Retention aligns you with purpose. You wake up with fire. You get ideas and meditation. You start writing, painting, building, teaching, because now your energy is no longer drained. It is focused, and that focused energy radiates as charisma, leadership, and innovation. On semen retention, you no longer tolerate disrespect from others or from yourself. Your standards rise. You protect your energy because you value it. You stop chasing women because you don't need external validation. You start choosing people who uplift you. You radiate boundaries, not through anger, but through clarity. People feel it. This man has limits. This man values himself. Radiance isn't just about light. It's about heat. And your internal fire burns away anything that doesn't serve your highest path. You become less accessible, but more magnetic. You don't beg for attention. You command it through your authenticity. Polarity is the dance of opposites. Masculine energy is presence, depth, stillness. Feminine energy is motion, flow, and expression. When a man is on semen retention, his masculine polarity sharpens. Women feel this instantly. They are drawn not just to your looks or words, but to your energy signature. They feel the containment, the steadiness, the restraint, and it activates their own feminine flow. Retention makes you more masculine not by becoming aggressive or cold, but by becoming rooted and strong. You radiate that calm dominance, that grounded confidence, that emotional containment, and the feminine respond with softness, openness, and admiration. Another overlooked benefit of semen retention is the capacity to heal others. When you retain your sexual energy, you begin to store life force. That life force becomes nourishing, not just for you, but for those around you. Your presence begins to calm people. Your words soothe. Your touch heals. Your silence comforts. People feel better just by being near you. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and let's continue this transforming topic. That's real power, the power to uplift and stabilize others simply by being who you are. You may even begin to attract people who are lost, confused, or in pain, not because you're supposed to fix them, but because your light gives them hope. Radiance is healing, and semen retention gives you the fuel to be that light. To radiate on semen retention, you must live intentionally. Retention alone is not enough. You must transmute that energy through practices like meditation, to still a mind and direct your energy upward. Exercise, especially strength training, to ground energy. Cold showers, to strengthen willpower and inner fire. Creative work, writing, building, designing to channel the energy. Service, use your energy to uplift others. Solitude, to listen to your inner voice. Purpose, give your energy a mission. The more disciplined you are, the brighter you'll shine. Avoid junk food, negative media, gossip, and toxic relationships. Protect your seed. Protect your mind. Protect your time. These are the pillars of inner radiance. To radiate on semen retention is to become a beacon of light in a world addicted to darkness. You shine not because you want attention, but because you are aligned with truth, power, and purity. This path is not easy. It requires sacrifice, solitude, and constant growth. But the reward is unmatched. Peace in your soul, fire in your heart, and light in your eyes. You become the man who uplifts others without needing to try. You become the man whose presence changes the atmosphere. You become the man whose inner sun never sets. So hold your seed, build your aura, radiate like the king. You were born to be